Hello, welcome to Wednesday and welcome to Happy Hump Day. So when you drive, are you the person who's in the fast lane? You're cutting and weaving through everybody because you want to get to the destination as quickly as you possibly can. Or are you in the slow lane? Do you take your time? Meander. You know you'll get to your destination, but you're less rushed. You're quite happy to get there when you need to get there. We're habitual creatures. So just like when we drive, it might be the person who rushes all the time, or you might be someone who goes slower. We're likely to find that rushing or that go slow are habits in other aspects of our life. So think about it for a minute. Are you the person who rushes all the time, or are you the person who is more likely to go slow? These patterns of behaviour can be reinforced in many aspects of our life. And what's been interesting recently is, of course, many patterns of behaviour have been shifted because of COVID. And perhaps if you've been the sort of person who's been rushing a lot, you've now found time to go slow. And perhaps you've found time that go slow has actually been good for you. I know for me, I've certainly really enjoyed the shift in pace. As someone who's always been busy, it's been really nice to have time to go slow. So if you think about it, you can see fast and slow as almost binary. They're at two ends of the spectrum. Because in life, there's lots of fast and there's slow. The whole fast food movement then gave rise to the slow food movement. We can think fast and slow. And if you've never read Daniel Kahneman's book on that topic, it's worth reading. We have fast exercises, those high intensity workouts, just as we have slower exercises, such as yoga or Pilates. The interesting thing is, by categorizing things as fast or slow, it can almost create almost like a false dichotomy because it implies that one can be better than the other. Now, there's no doubt that fast food isn't good for you and that slow food, whole foods, are much better for you. But high intensity training is effective, so too yoga and Pilates, but they work you in a different way. Our brain needs to make decisions quickly, but it also needs to make decisions slowly. There's a time and a place for fast. There's a time and a place for slow. So it's not about one being better than the other. You need to be able to do both. So the question to consider is, when are you fast? When are you slow? When should you be fast and in fact you're actually being slow? And when are you being slow when perhaps it could be better to be fast? It's good to be able to work out when you need to be considered and deliberate. But also at the same time, perhaps if you're going too slow, you're actually procrastinating. You're being idle, almost being blocked by inertia, when what you actually need to do is push yourself a bit forward. So with everything in life, it's a balance. There's always fast and there's always busy. And there's always a good time to go slow and reflect. Because if you don't leave time and space around you to think and reflect, life can just race past and you can miss what's going on around you. So when are the times that you should be fast? And when are the times that perhaps go slow is the right way to go? Here's some suggestions to consider. You want to go fast. You want to be able to make decisions fast when there's a crisis. And that's about being decisive, knowing the decision that you need to make in that moment. You want to be able to push yourself forward when you know that actually your go slow is just you procrastinating, you putting off doing something that you really need to get done. When you're on a deadline and when work needs to be completed at a certain point in time. It's good to go fast when you know what you need to do and you know what you need to get done, because there's nothing more motivating than getting something finished. When you've got multiple competing priorities, it's important to be able to work out the priority and then to work through to get that done. And also when you've got huge amounts of energy to burn off, nothing is better than going fast. But when does it pay to be slow? It pays to be slow when what you're working on is complex, requires clear attention and deliberate thought processes. When you need to research thoughts and ideas and sift through those ideas and ponder and reflect. When your head is full and you're tired, and you know that if you're trying to make a decision now, that's not going to be the best decision for you. And when you're experiencing the wonder of nature, the awe of what is in front of you, pause, slow down, soak it in, because there is nothing more magical than soaking in that moment. So be fast and be slow, because both of them are useful when used wisely. Take care, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week.